Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Giovanna and Vita, and we're here traveling today. I wanted to just take a moment and show you where the grain, because I've done some videos on different kinds of row crops, and just to show you where that grain goes after it is harvested. And so we're gonna drive here to an elevator and show you how that grain is put into bins. That's where your grain goes. It actually, what will happen is that the truck is loaded with grain, and then it comes and it will weigh in on that scale right there. There is a probe there. That's what that is, dangling from the top. That's a probe that will go in, and they will take a sample of that grain to make sure that whether it's soybeans, corn, milo, whatever it is, they take a sample of it to make sure that it is good, to make sure that it is what it needs to be. And so anyway, and then that truck will come over here and will go into a bin like this, and then that farmer will say when he wants to sell it, and once he or she wants to sell it, then it's loaded on that rail car right there. So if you ever see one of those cars like that go by, they're actually, one of the things that they can contain is grain. So they will come and unload. They'll drive in right through there, and they'll dump it. They'll unload it. Usually the big trucks today have openings at the bottom where the grain will come out and through and unload, and then it will travel up into those chutes and then come back down into the bins. And each bin, of course, contains a different sort of grain. And then when they're able, they will load it onto that rail car, and then we have a local train that comes and will hook up to them and take them and put them in the rail system, and they'll go to Kansas City or Chicago, wherever they need to go in order to be in the next stage of what they're sold for. But I just thought I'd let you know a little bit about how how your grain, another step in the chain where your food comes from. That's the next step. Once it's harvested from the field, it comes into an elevator and then is put out on a rail car and taken where it needs to be. So I thought you might be interested in that. So I certainly do appreciate you watching all my videos and your sweet comments and questions. I hope I'm answering some of them, as I'm endeavoring to answer them as I'm doing these videos. And I just want you to know how grateful I am that you're watching them. I want you to know you've challenged me, because everything that I present on these videos I've researched, and so they are facts. They are the way it is, and so I appreciate you for increasing my knowledge too. The things that I just know to be, I actually am getting more information on. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for your interest in how your food becomes your food. I appreciate each one of you, and may God bless you today, and show mercy to each other.